No,
trade.
Chinese.
I'm one of the few that's real. But I understand. I mean, I go on TikTok and I'm like, what the heck is going on? But I promise you, you stay for 10 minutes, you're going to be like, oh my God, this guy is way different than everybody else. Where has he been my whole life? Everybody, I've always believed that everybody is an expert, or they have their superpowers, right? And it just so happens that my superpower is showing charts and analyzing charts. So I love to do it. It brings me joy. That's why I can go live every day doing it. But I feel you. I hate when I go on TikTok and see all of these different people looking at the market, and I'm like, oh my God, you guys don't even understand the fundamentals. But what I like to do, am I at 10,000 yet? All right, 2,500 more taps and then I'll start, guys. What I like to do is I like to introduce the old stuff and see if it works with the new things. I'm old school. I used to be on charts back when Thinkorswim was called Invest Tools. That's how long I've been using it, and that was back in 2006, 2007. And I've never gone to another platform. So all I know is Thinkorswim. Hey, I love to see experts. I'm trying to create the best educational room on TikTok where we fact check, we check each other, and we don't get offended when people have questions or concerns about strategies or what we're doing. I use the comment section to make sure that you don't ever have to feel like you can't say something. Now, we always keep it respectable, right? But yeah, we challenge each other in this room. And if we have questions, I pull up ChatGPT, I pull up Claude, and we try to get the right answers so that we can all be on the same page. And I don't get offended. Like I've been doing this for so long. People come in, people go. You know, it's all good with me. All right, we're about to start, guys. We got 10,000 taps. Let me turn this music down. Let's get started. Let's get this thing started. All right, let me get a poll. Who in here thinks gold is going up? Let's talk about commodities first, right? Because commodities are huge in this game, right? Everybody's talking about oil, silver, gold. Is Bitcoin. Guys, Bitcoin, we can actually start calling Bitcoin a commodity. All right, because if they do treat it like, well, that's what it looks like the market is going towards. They're going towards treating Bitcoin as a commodity, even though it's not from the earth, right? But they got to put it somewhere, right? It's here to stay. Anybody that thinks that is going to go away, I'm sorry, guys. When you get over $1 trillion in an asset class, it's here to stay. All right. So who believes gold is going up? Looking at this chart. Now I'm going to pull up different charts. So if you're new here, I want you to know how to I want you guys to know how to figure out what chart I'm looking at. Now, I'm either going to use a week chart or a day chart, or if we get into intraday trading, I'm going to use a 5-minute chart. A lot of the times, because of the moving average that I use, that's going to tell you quickly what chart I'm using. So everyone knows that when they see a gold moving average, when I'm teaching, that is my week chart. All right, that is the 200-week moving average. Now, this isn't my normal time that I come on, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of new people that come in today. So just to quickly let you guys know what you're looking at the 200-week moving average. Now, investors use this as the go-to. This is the go-to if you want to be able to communicate with everyone, everybody's going to have their own thing that they look at, right? But investors, when they're looking long term and they quickly want to be able to communicate with everybody, and we all get on the same page, they're going to pull up a 200-week moving average so that they can see the long term view of that chart, and they know that the 200-week moving average is an average of 4 years. So that's longer term, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. As you can see, gold has been trending to the upside. I always tell people, when you decide that you want to invest in something, if that 200-week moving average isn't angled up, if it's not angled up, guys, and it's angled down, you don't want to be around, all right? If it's angled down, I don't want to be around. Now, for you traders that are out there, short term, if you see a blue line on my chart like this, then you know that I'm using the 200-day moving average. This is for my traders and investors to kind of get a quick view of what's happening right now. Short term, gold is going down. Short term, gold is going down. Now, a lot of you are probably asking, why does his charts look so much better than mine? Like, why is all of these candles trending that are red, and I know that every single one of those candles aren't red? Well, I'm using 2 of the best trending indicators on the planet. If you're not using them, I advise that you start using them. The 2 best trending indicators on the planet are going to be the TTM
I sit in that chair for hours doing my diamond art.
and Heiken Ishi candles. All right, the 2 best. There's no question. There's nothing better. If you can find something better, bring it to me. We'll challenge it. But I'm pretty sure these 2 will win. All right. Now, why do I like them? Because when you're new in the game, the hardest thing to do is getting the trend right. So at least you got trending indicators that's going to color code your charts so that you can see those trends, right? These are beautiful trends. Look, that's a beautiful trend to the downside. I didn't have to go to 15 different charts to figure it out. It was just a clean move to the downside. If you learn how to use a trend line that a lot of you guys refuse to learn, when you broke that trend and it went down, this was the easiest short to take. And check this out, guys. What is happening right now? It's trending to the upside. So anybody that's got short positions on gold, you're probably going to be wrong. Because if you look at the trending indicators that are out there, which is what I use to give me an idea, and I like to back test them, what I like to do is I like to do this, guys. History repeats itself all the time. History repeats itself all the time. So if I see a trend that's going to the upside, y'all know what I do? I start counting the trending colors. How many colors do you guys see in the middle of my chart? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green candles. Okay, that's 7. So right now, we got about 7 also, right? So you kind of want to be careful. It might be going to the downside. But I'm not going to just do the last one that's 7. I'm going to go back 2 years and say, hold up, when gold starts to trend to the upside, how many trending days do I get? Well, here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14. Here was 7. So we got 7 here. We got 14 here. We got about 20 here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 20 here. 14 here. 7 there. Excuse me, my wife just came from Chicago and she's sick as hell, and I think she just gave me what she got. You got another 20 here. So if I'm sniffing, I'm sorry. We got 20 here. So what is this telling you guys? This is telling you that gold, when it starts to trend, is not a one-day event. It's not even a 2-day event. When gold starts to trend to the upside, you traders out there, 7 days is the minimum that I'm seeing it move. So if you guys are getting in and getting out the next day, you're obviously not pulling up charts and you're obviously not using trending indicators. All right. What I also like to do is I like to go look for unusual options activity. So unusual options activity, if I go into the options market and I go out about 7 to 14, not even 7 to 14 days. Let's say I was to go out to, what's today's date? What's today's date, guys? I have no idea what today's date is. But I'm going to teach you guys something. I'm going to teach you guys something that I learned from the Nigerian brothers. And the Nigerian brothers used to be on Thinkorswim. I mean, not Thinkorswim. They used to be on this show called Fast Money. And they both started doing so well doing options, they left Fast Money and then they decided to create their own company where they teach people unusual options activity. They even give out free books. Now I'm going to show you guys something that a lot of other people are not using. I rarely even see anybody using, and it's the foundation of my Millionaire Challenge trade. But I'm going to show you guys something, and you're going to love it. I'm going to teach you guys how to look for unusual options activity, even if you're trading regular stock. Because you guys are not doing this. So many of you are just trading and you're not using information to your advantage. It doesn't mean that it's going to work. It just gives you a better idea that if gold starts to go up in price, you kind of know where it's going. So if you are long, I'm going to show you guys something. Look down my chin. And what I want you guys to do is I want you to tell me what is the largest number that you see. What's the largest number that you see? Write it in the comment section. You guys are going to have to excuse me for a second. Hold on. $87.83. You got it. Now, why am I looking at $87.83? Does anyone in the comments even know what I'm looking at? What am I looking at? School everybody, school the new people that are here. Why am I looking at that 87.83 number? What is that even telling me? In the comment section, let everybody know what we do in this room. Why is that 87.83 even important? Go ahead and educate and school the new people that are here. Well, not open interest, Sam's plan. You're close, though. You're very, very close. Well, not really the amount of people trading, but you are looking at unusual options activities. So there is a difference. Hold up, give me a second. Jeez Louise, my wife got me sick. All right. That's unusual options activity in volume. So when you pull up options charts, you're going to see volume and you're going to see open interest. People ask me all the time, Joel, why don't you look for open interest? Open interest is not going to be as important as volume. Open interest, let's say I own 100,000 shares of Apple and I want to sell covered calls on it. The minute I put it out there that I'm selling covered calls at a certain price, the open interest is going to show you how many contracts I have available for people to buy. Dang. I'm going to struggle today. Hold up, give me a sec. All right, so the open interest is just letting people know that I have shares available for you to borrow. It doesn't necessarily mean that you guys bought those contracts. Now the volume is telling you that those contracts are being bought. All right, so it's very important that you guys differentiate the volume versus the open interest. I am looking for the volume. Now, the volume on that gold, the volume on that gold was at the, oh dang, I can't see it from this side. That 87.83, guys, that 87.83 was at the 440 strike. Now, that's not really that, I mean, it's unusual, guys, but it's not unusual. But it is letting us know that gold seems to be a little bullish. All right, at least another, $3 up, which is only going to be about another 1% because gold moves more than that in any given day. What I like to see sometimes is when I go into, and I went 2 or 3 weeks out. Well, actually, I went to April the 17th, which is really only next Friday. So I don't really see any unusual options activity way out. But I'm going out to May 1st, guys, and I'm also seeing 440. When I go out to May 15th, I don't really see anything unusual. Now, I do see unusual options activity on the put side. Wow. All right, I'm going to show you guys something. Check this out. Check this out. I am seeing unusual options activity all the way out to May the 15th. So I'm going to show you guys what I see. All right, let me pull up this picture real quick. Just bear with me. I'm going to try to keep it calm. I'm not going to get too hyped because every time I get hyped, my throat starts closing up. My wife decided she wanted to go to Chicago with no coat. Came back with the cooties. All right. Going down my chin, I went all the way out to May 1st. What is the largest number that you see all the way out in May, guys? All the way out to May the 1st. What is the largest number that you see? This is GLD. Sorry about that. This is GLD, Mika. Yep. 7,080.
Lemonade in there. He wasn't drinking them with lemonade.
Gold has been going up all the way up to May the 1st. Somebody is betting on the put side. They're betting on the $425 strike. Now look, you got 7,000 at 425. You got another 1,700 at the 420, and then you got another 1,000 at the 415. So they're buying puts from 425 all the way down. Now here's the thing also, guys, when you're looking for unusual options activity, you want to make sure that it's not balanced on the call side, because then it's not unusual. A lot of the times they may be buying collars or strangles or straddles where they're buying on both sides. So if I see 7,000 on the put side, then I look over on the call side and there's also 7,000. That's not really unusual. That's somebody probably protecting themselves. All right. But when I see it, we call this a call to put ratio. When the call to put ratio is heavily favored on one side versus the other, then that is considered unusual options activity. I'm using the Thinkorswim platform, one of the oldest and the best that's out there that's offered by Charles Schwab. If you open up a Charles Schwab account, you're going to get free access to the Thinkorswim platform. Now, what's interesting, guys, is did y'all know that if you are using Robinhood, you know that Robinhood now allows you to see the volume? You can see volume and open interest on the Robinhood platform now, which is cool because I've been waiting for them to do that for years, especially for you guys that are trading futures or options on that platform. Now let's just look at pure gold, right? I like looking at the GLD. So if you were looking at the GLD, you're gonna see that it is starting to go up again, okay? It's been trending up for about the past 10 days, but the trending indicators have been green for about 7 days. If you don't want to use the Heikin-Ashi candles and you just want to use the TTM trend, it's gonna look like this. See how the candles changed? But it's still the same. The Heikin-Ashi candles and the TTM trend candles, 98% of the time are gonna be the same colors. So you can use them interchangeably. It's just that some people don't like using the Heikin-Ashi candles because the Heikin-Ashi candles are not going to give you the opening and closing price if you're used to looking at candlesticks, right? But it will show you the trend. So I always encourage a bunch of you guys that are out there that are struggling with trends that you get a trending indicator. If you struggle with trends, use the best trending indicators that are out there. The Heikin-Ashi candles and the TTM trend candles. Now I know you can pull up Heikin-Ashi on several platforms. TTM trend is only found on 2 platforms, Thinkorswim and TradeView. Dang, I always get it confused. I think it's TradeView. I always say TradeStation, but those are 2 different companies. TradeView and Thinkorswim. You're gonna be able to pull up the TTM trend, all right? Cool. So if I was looking at gold for a longer trend, it's gonna look like this. Now, anytime you see my yellow brick road on the screen, you automatically know I'm using the 200 week moving average, okay? See that yellow moving average that you guys see at the bottom of my chart? That is what most pension fund, mutual funds, managers that are looking long term, guys, they don't have time to pull up 57 indicators like we do. They're gonna pull up very simple basic charts. Y'all know why? Because I train those guys. I train those guys that are handling $1 million accounts. And you wonder, how are you handling these $1 million and $1 billion accounts and you don't know these indicators? It's because they don't have to know these indicators. All right, so they hire me privately. They do private consultations and I teach them the fundamental basics so that they can be better at doing what they do. Now, people are getting smarter now because they're coming to individuals like myself, but this is what they're using, guys. They're using very simple, basic tools to kind of tell them, all right, when somebody brings them a certain asset, or if they know that they're investing in, you know, the companies that are in the S&P 500, they got to have a way to figure out how to categorize the stocks that they're in. What they're going to do is, if it's long term, they're going to pull up a moving average. If it's angled up, they're going to write bullish, keep buying. If it's angled down, they're going to say, all right, you know, we're not going to keep buying that stock. It's really that simple. All right, and then they're going to want to know how far away they are from that yellow line and how far that stock is down. All right, they're going to look at the 52-week range. They're going to look at the beta. All right, beta, market cap, 52-week, you know, lows and highs, and if it's bullish. So I can look at this chart immediately and be like, oh, gold is bullish, long term. Depending on how far it's coming down in price, it's far away from its 200-week moving average. So what is that telling me? Not only is it bullish, it's so far away from the 200-week moving average, I know that it's very bullish. Okay? If you're trying to buy your stock or your asset at the best risk to reward, I'm not going to say the best price, best risk to reward. Look at this, guys. I don't care what chart you guys give me today. I don't care what company you guys give me today. I don't care what cryptocurrency, futures, options, forex, all of this stuff pretty much follows the same patterns. Gold If you really want to know the best time to buy it, you buy it when it touches its 200-week moving average. Everybody and their mama knows to buy it here. Everybody and their mama knows to buy it here. Everybody and their mama knows to buy it if it ever drops back down to here. That's where you load the boat. It doesn't mean that it's gonna turn immediately. It's just a very good place to buy things, especially when you're looking for risk to reward. So there are a couple of companies out there right now that are sitting at the yellow brick road. Microsoft, for example, sitting at the yellow brick road. Now, you're gonna have people that come in here and try to challenge, and that's fine. I love people challenging strategies, because all I do is I say, well, let's pull up a chart, let's see what it's done for the past 5 or 10 years, and then we'll form an opinion, right? So if you look at Microsoft and you go back, I can go back 15 years, guys, and every time it gets to this yellow brick road, if the yellow brick road is up or sideways, you're gonna see how the 1% buy. All right, and I'm teaching you guys these secrets. I'm teaching you guys these secrets for free, because I'm tired of seeing y'all lose money. All right, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it because it's so easy. It's so easy. From 2012 to 2026, if you had just bought it this yellow line, look at where you're buying Microsoft. That's 2012. This is 2000 because Microsoft don't ever give you a chance to buy it at the yellow brick road. This is 2022. It took 10 years for Microsoft to get back to its yellow brick road. Then it hit it again right here in 2025, and guess what? We're right back at 2026. Now, is it gonna hold right here? We don't know. But at least I'm giving myself a chance to buy it. And I think that it's on sale. If it goes down in price, great. If you have great risk to reward and you're like, look, when my stock goes against me 20%, I have to get out of it, then stick to your plan. But at least you're getting it at 370 versus 555, where everybody else was buying it. Now, short term, if you're trying to buy something like Microsoft, then you're gonna pull up the 200-day moving average. And if you pull up the 200-day moving average, if you notice, guys, a lot of times we might break through it. So I created a method. I created a method called the What Would Joel Do method. All right, in this What Would Joel Do method, this is what you're looking for. And I'm giving you guys the premise of the method, because when you guys start giving me stock, the whole room is gonna analyze it the same way. All right, this is not something that I just do. Well, the What Would Joel Do method is what I created. But you can analyze it however way you choose to, because you've grown and you are the CEO of your company. Now, the What Would Joel Do method says you need to have 3 things. You need to have B, T, and G. In the comment section, can y'all please let the room know what the hell BTG stands for? All right, what does BTG stand for while I drink this drink and try to get my throat right? Mad at my wife right now. I ain't been sick in like 6 months. There you go. It stands for bias, trigger, and goal. These are the issues most of you guys have. And this is the issues everybody have. I always act like I ain't part of this also. I struggle with this as well. So I created this strategy so that we can always figure out, if you can figure out these 3 things, you're gonna give yourself an edge of being right. It doesn't mean that you're gonna be right all the time. It's just giving yourself an edge. I always use moving averages as a bias. I use moving averages as a bias. So if I'm using the 200-day and it's angled up, the bias is up, I'm only taking trades or buying to the upside. All right, so I cover my B, I cover my behind with B. No matter what chart I'm looking at, I don't care if I'm intraday trading, guys, these charts are the same. All of these charts are going to exhibit the same patterns. That's why you guys have to ask, what chart are you looking at, Joel? Is that a 1 minute? Is that a 1 hour? Is that a 1 day? Is that a 1 week? Because they're going to all exhibit the same patterns. It's just that depending on your strategy and your time frame, that's going to represent what chart you look at. Your chart's going to represent the time that you want to be in that particular asset. But the patterns are going to be the same. Every single one of my charts, no matter what I'm trading or investing, I'm going to have a bias, which is a moving average, a 200-week moving average, a 200-day moving average, or I'm going to use the VWAP if I'm day trading, which is the volume weighted average price. And we'll get to day trading when you guys have questions about it. The trigger is going to be, I don't know, is what is your trigger to make you buy? My trigger is going to always be the trend change in color. So let's say, for example, we hit this 200-day moving average, right? And I'm trading, right? Let's say we go into this moving average, because my strategies, you have to go into a major average. Once you go into that major average, let's say this is what you see. You see something going into a major average. When you go into that major average, you never buy, because we learn not to catch falling knives. That's what amateurs do. We're not amateurs anymore. We are business people. We are CEOs. We are no longer catching falling knives. We're going to wait until they start buying again. How do you know when they start buying? Well, the stock is going to be on the other side of that white line that you see. So you're going to see Microsoft go into its 200-day moving average, and once buying starts, we need more than one candle. We need more than 1 day. We need 3 days of buying. If 3 days of buying occurs, I can take a shot at Microsoft. And if I'm trading, look at what happens. Boop, boop, boop. I use the 10 candle trading. I use the 10 candle strategy when I'm trading. Now we went back down, but I used the 10 candle strategy. So if I want to be in something for 10 weeks, I'm not going to use a day chart. I'm going to use a week chart. If I want to be in for 10 weeks. If I want to be in for 10 to 14 days, I'm going to use a day chart. Now, day charts you can also use as entries into investments if we can keep going up in price. But I've been around for a long time, ever since Thinkorswim was called InvestTools. And I noticed with my own eyes that no matter what chart you look at, guys, stocks are going to stair step up and they're going to stair step down. And I did something that most traders don't do. I have a scientific mind. I said, I wonder if there's an average move that all of these charts exhibit that nobody's really even talking about. And that number is 10. Most charts, when a trend is happening, is going to trend for about 10 candles before it goes down. So then I was like, oh man, I can break down the amount of time I want to be in something depending on the charts that I'm looking at. If I want to be in something for 10 weeks, then I'm going to do the same strategy and I'm going to pull up a week chart. And then if we hit a moving average like this one, if we hit a moving average like this one and I want to be in it for 10 weeks and I see we go into that moving average and I'm using the same strategy that Joel is using and we break that trend and we get about 3 candles, then I'm thinking I'm going to go up for at least 10 weeks. And that's exactly what happened. And then sometimes you get lucky, guys. You get lucky, and you get more than 10 weeks. People say, hold up, Joe, I don't believe that. I'm like, all right, let's go pull up a 5-minute chart. I swear to God, I did not trade Microsoft on Friday. I don't even know what we're about to look at. That's how bold I am when I teach. I didn't trade Microsoft on Friday, but I promise y'all, watch this. When I pull up a 5-minute chart, If I was trading the way that I trade, that's easy, and I see we going to a VWAP like this one, and I'm using a trending indicator. People ask me all the time, why is it so easy for you to trade? I said, because I done figured out the formula. We go into the VWAP, we go down, we see about 2 or 3 candles. How many candles we looking for? 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Guys, we started bottoming out at the 11th candle. I'm telling you guys, I do this all day, every day. I don't care, like that's why I don't get offended when people come into the comment section. I just be like, y'all obviously don't know who I is. Trading and investing is dumb easy for me because I figured out what these cats is looking for. I figured out that all of these charts operate the same way. It just depends on how long you want to be in it. Nothing goes up in a straight line. It stair steps up and it stair steps down, and those stair stepping up and stair stepping down moves, if you get a trend, it's gonna last for 10 candles on average. That doesn't mean it's gonna be 10 every time. It just means when you get a nice trend, a lot of you guys are like, all right, if you're using 4 or 5 different charts, you can't really figure out what the trend is because you merge in 5 charts. Pick one chart to trade and then be consistent with it. And I promise y'all, trading will become easy and not hard. If you're not using trending indicators, how do you even know how long the trend is or if you're early or late in the trend? So when you guys are trading, I always ask, how early are you in the trend? A lot of you guys don't even know. You'll be like, I don't know. What you talking about? How do I know if I'm early or late in the trend? I'm like, okay, because you're gambling. The people in this room know. They already know. If you tell me I'm in on the 12th candle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If you tell me that you're in on the 12th candle, way down here, I'm going to delete you from the room. And y'all know I will. We don't do that. We get in early in the trends, 3 to 5 candles. All right? So your job is to kind of figure out what's your game. Like, what are you? Are you a baseball player, a football player, a swimmer, a golfer? You got to figure out what you're good at first. That usually takes about a year. Once you figure out what you're good at, then I tell people, lean in on your strengths. Don't try to do something because you want to do it. Lean in on your strengths. Where are you making the most money as a trader or investor? Lean in on that. And then make it dumb simple. Quit getting so complicated in the way that you guys buy and sell. Here's another thing I tell people. Stocks either go up or down. They either go up or down. That's a 50% chance of winning. Why do y'all need 15 indicators to tell you if something's going up or down? It's because you're using so many training wheels to try to give you information, and you don't know what to use. So you'll use a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of this seasoning. And what happens when you put all of them different seasonings in food? Then the meal ends up tasting nasty. You're like, this is disgusting. Why did I add that seasoning? Now, I'm only speaking from experience. And y'all know I've done more consultations, I actually think I've done more consultations than any other person in the stock market because cats don't do consultations. They sell y'all on classes. They don't actually speak to you and ask you, how are you? What type of trader are you? What are your strengths? They try to tell you to trade like them. I don't do that. I take whatever you have and I say, all right, let's work with what you got. What's your favorite way of trading and investing? Well, Joel, I like to trade at night from 7 to 8 o'clock. I only want to be in trades for about 30 minutes. I'm like, that was dumb easy. How much money you want to make? I want to make, anywhere from $100 to $500. Great. Let's get you into futures. If you're gonna make $100 to $500, you're gonna need about $1,000 to $5,000. Can you do that? Yeah, most definitely I can do that. Great. I reverse engineer what you want to do and then realistically attach you to something that can actually get you those numbers. Now, I don't personally do it. I'm teaching you guys in these lives how to do that. Because this is what you guys are not doing. You're coming into the market trying to force your will on it, and the market is an ocean. You can't force your will. You can't come in. This isn't like basketball that you can just come in and just dominate the market just because you studied all night. You got to see what the market is giving you, and then you got to see if you even got the personality to handle those waves. If the market has these vicious waves early in the morning, well, can you ride those waves? If you can't, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. Some of the best surfers may not be able to surf these big waves. They may be calm wave surfers. They may be, I don't know, it just depends on your personality. This game is about filling it out. The only way you're going to be able to fill it out is you gotta buy things, guys. You gotta sell things. You gotta see what the you gotta see what you're made of. You got to see what you're made of, and you got to be smart enough to say, I'm going to lean in on my strengths. What's not working, I'm not going to do that anymore, and I'm going to lean in on my strengths, and then I'm going to tighten up what I do. All right, if this is your time frame, if you have access to the market all day, every day, then great. You should be a day trader, a swing trader, a scalper. You should be able to do it all. You should be able to trade stocks, options, futures, and cryptocurrency. If you have the time, you want to be the LeBron of the market, then come in here and learn it all, right? And then try to help other people as well. Helping other people is also going to help you guys learn the market. All right, I'm going to get to some of you guys' questions. I know I've been going on and on. The reason why I'm talking, this isn't my normal hour. I usually come on at 6 o'clock in the evenings. I came on earlier just because there's a venue I need to go to. I am doing a Superfan Live tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon. All right, so let me get to some of you guys' questions. All right, but I don't get offended by you guys' questions. I don't get offended by any of you guys' shade because I have receipts. These are receipt towers. I talk about what I'm buying and selling every day. If you're part of the Superfan Live group, you can become part of I created a group chat where I'm not the person leading in that room. I created a group chat. It's traders and investors in that room. You got to be a super fan to do it. And in that room, there's just traders and investors talking about what they're buying and selling all day long. Now, I talk about what I'm doing too, but there's so many people talking about what they're doing. It's not about following Joel's lead. It's about getting information. And as a CEO of your company, if you decide you want to buy it or sell it, then you have access to that information. So I created that group because this is golf season. There's going to be a period where I might not be around for 2 weeks. All right, and if I'm not around for 2 weeks, that shouldn't, if I'm not in the room, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be buying and selling, right? We have so many other leaders, so many other great educators that I decided I as I got older, I wanted to affiliate with other traders and investors that are like-minded, like me, so that we can learn and earn at the same time. I'm not gonna sell you guys on any classes or any products unless you want to have access to it. The easiest way to it is to go to my profile and do a little bit of research and clicking on things. There's everything that you need from being a beginner trader to advanced trader if you need help in those particular ways. If not, come to the lives. Any live that I do, guys, we're learning and earning. I'm not going to just sit here, play music, and be like, send me gifts, send me gifts. I'm not going to do that, all right, because I make all of my money through trading and investing. Now, you guys can support the live host. Like, I ain't going to turn down no money now. I ain't stupid. But you're going to learn when we come in, all right? So Again, put down your stocks that you guys want me to look at, and then I'll start looking at everybody's stocks for now for the next. What time is it? 3 o'clock for the next 30 minutes. I'll shut my mouth and we'll start looking at some of these stocks. All right, so let's get to, again, we were looking at gold earlier. If you're interested in trading gold futures, you're going to trade something called the MGCs. The MGC is the micro. It's the micro. I'm about to teach you guys futures in 3 minutes. None of y'all should be paying $10,000 for a futures class when I could sit here and teach it to you in 3 minutes. All right, the first way, the first thing you need to learn when making money is learning what to buy. Buying low and selling high. And you guys are already out there buying $15,000 and $20,000 classes from cats that ain't showing y'all no receipts. All right, nobody should be buying a $20,000 class when Thinkorswim has free futures and options classes. Now, if you want to spend $500 or $1,000 on a class, that's cool. You can even go into your GPT, guys, which y'all ain't doing, and whoever class you thinking about taking, put their information in the chat GPT and ask if it's fair. Is this a fair price for what they're offering? More than likely, ChatGPT is gonna be like, hell no. For what they offering, that's a $200 class. Why you paying 10 grand? I know it's because y'all don't know any better, right? Anyway, so MGC, guys, if you decide you want to trade MGC, watch this. MGC is going to cost you $4,400. You're buying a commodity, so guys, you got to be able to get in and out the same day. If you have $4,400, did y'all know that you can be a commodities trader? You can trade gold, you can get in and out the same day. That $4,400 is going to be different on different platforms. If you're on Thinkorswim, you want to trade something like gold, you need $4,400. Every dollar move is going to be a $10. Is going to be, you're going to either make or lose $10. Let's say you were using the What Would Joe Do method and you decide you wanted to short this, right? I want you guys to do this really quickly. If I wanted to short gold, let's say gold hit this VWAP. This is the VWAP right here. Let's say gold rose and hit this VWAP. If I had $4,400 in my account, I'm going to be able to trade one contract of gold, and you really are buying gold, guys. If you don't get in and out the same day and you hold it to the expiration period, they going to deliver gold to your driveway. So get in and get out. All right. Let's say you decide you want to short gold and gold is at $47.90. Again, I'm about to teach y'all futures in 3 minutes. Let's say gold is $47.90. I done told y'all for every dollar move, it don't matter what platform you go to, for every dollar move, you're gonna make 10 bucks. Let's do the math. Let's say I was shorting gold from $47.90 and I shorted gold from $47.90 all the way down here to $47.70. How much money did I just make? I just taught y'all this in 3 minutes. If gold was $47.90, that's not how much money you need. You needed $4,400. If I have $4,400 in my account, I can buy one contract of gold. I'm gonna short gold. That means that if it goes up in price, I'm gonna lose money, but if it goes down in price, I'm gonna make money. If it goes from $47.90 to $47.70, all you gotta do is subtract that number. The $47.90 minus $47.70 is 20. You're gonna multiply that times $10. That's a $200 move you could have made in the futures market if you have $4,400 in your account, giving you a 5% return that you would have made in about an hour and a half. There you go. Just taught your futures. Can you send me $10,000, please? But I'll settle for a heart me. You can't tell me nothing. I am making teachers mad on TikTok. They're like, Joe, why are you teaching them all of this stuff for free? Because y'all need to go out there and learn trading and investing. I'm tired of y'all teaching terrible strategies and taking these people's money. Go out there and learn how to trade and invest. That's what you claim. That's how you make your money. So what you need $10,000 for this person for? Because you ain't trading and investing. That's why. I make TikTok teachers pissed. They hate me, guys. They hate me. They be coming into the room, then they'll send a message to TikTok saying that this room is scamming. Now, how am I scamming when I'm giving out free information? You're the scammer, but I'm scamming. How much do you need to intraday trade? Well, that's a very vague question. Very vague, but I'm gonna answer it for you, Dancing Panda. It depends on what you want to trade, and it depends on what platform you're using. If you're on Thinkorswim, across the board, you're considered a pattern day trader if you don't have $25,000 in your account. You need $25,000. If you have $25,000, you can get in and out the market as many times as you want trading stock. However, I hope I didn't lose anybody by saying that. If you were trading the futures market, guys, you don't need 25 grand. There's futures contracts, guys, as low as $250 if you were buying crypto. And did you guys know with that $250 you can get in and out the market 1,000,000 times if you want to? And you're not going to get labeled a pattern day trader. That is why most day traders, when they first start off, they're not trading options like you beginners are doing. The options market is not what beginners are supposed to be trading, guys. That's an advanced tool. But you can trade the futures market and learn how to get in and out, learn how to place orders, sell orders, learn how to buy, learn how to short. Because then when you trade options, then you'll learn how to buy calls, you'll learn how to buy puts, you'll learn how to bet on the market, you'll have a strategy, you'll know how to use charts. Stop coming into this game thinking you're going to make all of this money and you're competing against people like me. Because look, I'm going to take your money and I'm not going to feel bad about it. Because one thing you guys fail to realize is that in the stock market, in order for you to make money, you gotta take it from somebody else. This isn't just free money just flying around. When I win, somebody's losing. When I win, somebody's losing. So if you just think you're gonna come into this game and not learn how to draw a white line and look at a trend, and intraday trade and trade against people like me, you done lost your mind. But we gonna take your money and we not gonna feel bad about it at all. We're not. So that's why it's important that you guys learn the fundamentals of the market, guys. Moving averages. If you've taken a $10,000 or $15,000 class and they haven't taught you moving averages, you guys need to run. If you guys have never heard of the volatility index, if you guys have never heard of the MACD histogram or the relative strength index, or even trending indicators, what are they teaching y'all? Support and resistance lines? 10 grand, support and resistance. I'm gonna teach you how to draw the support area and the resistance area. 10 grand. Or this, they try to make it complicated. We're gonna do the bottom down, top down approach to the market. We're gonna use a month chart, a week chart, a day chart, a 15-minute chart, a 5-minute chart, a 1-minute chart. And when all of them line up in a row, I want you to take a trade. Sounds like some sophisticated stuff, right? Nope, that's what beginners do when they come into this game. They're gonna tell you that all the charts gotta line up like a solar eclipse. They're also gonna teach you support and resistance. Guys, I'm gonna put y'all onto game. I'm gonna put y'all onto some game. 80% of the time, stocks move. 80% of the time, guys, stocks are moving at a 45-degree angle up. 45 degrees. This is the optimal angle for a stock when it's going up. So tell me this, guys. If this is what a stock is doing 80% of the time, Why are you learning how to buy it at a support area? I'm gonna say that again. 80% of the time, a stock is moving like this. So why are you guys learning how to buy it at a support area when it's never coming back to that support area? Because the people you guys are learning from are not true traders. Putting y'all on again. You don't believe me? Let's pull up any stock that's actually going up. Stocks don't go sideways. Stocks spend 80% of the time going up, 20% of the time going sideways and down. They don't spend that much time going down, and if they are spending time going down, Wall Street don't care about it. We don't want anything that's going down. Only beginners want things that are going down or trending down. For example, I get it all the time. You beginners, you're coming into the game. The very first consultations I have with you guys, what do y'all guys ask me? Should I buy Nike? Should I buy Nike, Joel? Should I buy Nike? What direction is this moving average angle, guys? What direction is this yellow line angled? This line right here, this line right here. What direction is it angled? It's angled down. Do y'all know when Nike's this moving average started to go down? In 2024. Nobody, and I mean nobody, should have been buying Nike for 2 years. For 2 years as an investment. But because you don't know any better, and they're teaching you to buy it at these support areas, what's supporting it? This support area, look at the support area, Joel. Look at this support area, Joel. Look at this support area. I'm buying it on double bottoms and triple bottoms. Well, you can't trade or invest with me. Because all you had to do is look up here, because this is way more important than that little support area. It ain't holding that support area, but for a minute. But look at all the support areas, Joel. Look, haven't you learned about a double and a triple bottom? That's what we learned in class today. Look at that, double bottoms. Double bottoms done lost you all your money. How many double bottoms you gonna take? But it just can't possibly go to 100. It can't possibly go to 80. It can't possibly go to 70. It can't possibly go to 50. Nobody is buying this but you. I could have told you 2 years ago not to be in it. Like, what are you looking at? The moving average, when it angles down, means Wall Street says, you're on punishment. We ain't thinking about you for about a year or two. Next stock. Next stock. Next stock, what do y'all talk about? Pfizer. Now, Pfizer is looking like it's turning around. Same chart. It ain't nothing on here that's telling you you should be buying Pfizer. Except, I get it, if you learn how to buy a trend line, if you learn how to draw a trend line, maybe you can give yourself a shot if it breaks these trends to the upside. But saying it's on sale? It's not on sale. Don't nobody want this stock but you. Look at this. Guys, y'all can see with your own eyes is going down. Y'all know what that means? That means the 4-year average is going down. Do you really think Wall Street wants to... I talk to money managers and pension fund managers, guys. I train them. I train them. When I do my consultations, they're confidential. I can't tell you who they are. They don't want nothing like this. Except you. Because you in some Reddit room, they done told you Pfizer's the stock to buy. Here's another one. Disney. My kids went to Disney and we were just there. And nobody cares about Disney but you. Y'all know how long Disney's Yellow Brick Road was angled down? since 2022. And here's what's funny, guys. See, y'all haven't been around for 4 years listening to me rant. I've been ranting about all 3 of these stocks for 4 years. And every year, somebody come in the comment section and challenges me, and I'm like, you can buy that terrible stock. I'm not. Wall Street ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. Billionaires ain't buying it. You think I'm gonna listen to a thousandaire? No. I'm gonna listen to the billionaires. Billionaires buy it. Joel buys it. Joel wants to be a billionaire. Joel doesn't want to be a thousandaire. Let's look at Palantir. All right, so now that we know what to look for, and I got to do that entertainment-wise so that you guys will remember. Palantir, what is this yellow brick road doing? That at least tells you that people are buying it. What direction is it angled? Putting y'all on to game. It's angled up. Doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean that it can't go down. It just means that when the yellow brick road is angled up, for you options traders, when you hear people talk about buying dips, this is what they're doing. They're not buying dips, guys, on something that looks like this. Y'all are buying dips on things that look like this. Joel, you know that there's gonna be a different scheduling for cannabis now that Trump is in office. And I'm like, word? They're gonna reschedule it and make it legal? Is Wall Street buying it? No. Me, Bill, and Todd, we've been buying it. I'm like, y'all thousandaires. Are the billionaires buying it? No. All right, well then I'm gonna stay away until the billionaires start buying it. Y'all can buy it all you want. I'll pass. You'll see when the billionaires are buying it, guys, because guess what? The stock's gonna start going up, and you're not gonna miss out. It's gonna start going up. We're gonna pull up our charts. You're gonna see a 200-day start to angle up. What is this 200-day doing, guys? I don't know about you, but it don't seem like the scheduling is working. Looks like an L to me. Just because the information's out there doesn't mean the stock's about to turn around. Now look, I own this stock too. I own Curaleaf too. I get all excited when I hear about the scheduling too. If you're gonna buy a stock, if you're gonna buy a cannabis stock, guys, I know I'm making fun of you. I own some too. That gives me the right to make fun of myself. Well, look at where we're at, guys. We're at the 200-day moving average. If you're interested in buying this and you really believe in it, I'm gonna go with the largest company in the cannabis space. If you're gonna do it, guys, go with the leaders. This is the biggest, baddest cannabis stock on the planet. In fact, when you go to different states, look for the Curaleaf buildings, especially in Florida. You'll see a lot of them. You'll see a whole bunch of buildings in Florida with the Curaleaf, I think it's like pink. Well, look, guys, we're starting to break this trend to the upside. Maybe you're right. Maybe the billionaires are starting to buy this stock. All right? But I'm going to need this 200-week moving average to start angling up. Guys, I'm good. I don't have to try to get in front of the herd at this $2 or $1 area. I can get in at 10 because I'm gonna put you guys on to something. When the billionaires start to really get into this stock, it's gonna push it to higher prices. I don't have to worry about being the first or second or third person to get in. Because a lot of the times you might have to wait 5 or 10 years for it to turn around. Just like it's been 5 or 10 years, right? Wait until they start buying. If you want to start buying this now because it's the 200-day is starting to turn up, this is how you do it. Now you can start buying. Y'all know when the 200-day moving average started to go up on this stock? It started to go up September of last year. So you had October, November, December, January, February, March, April to buy this stock. It's been about 7 months. It pushed real hard from $2 to $5. People started selling it. It looked like it might want to start making another run again. Maybe. Or maybe not. As a trader, maybe I'll take a shot here. As an investor, I'm still not sold on it yet. Now, yeah, the chart looks like it's forming an upside down head and shoulders pattern. But let the charts form. Let the market tell you what to do. Quit trying to impose your strategies and your emotions and your feelings on the market. The market's going to tell you when to get in. And you're not going to be too late if you learn how to use charts. You said you're not interested in this Curaleaf. I mean, you know, if you're in it, you're in it, you know. Let's go back to Palantir. Now, Palantir, let's break Palantir down. Let's break it on down. Why is it going down in price? Well, software companies, and Palantir does use software. It does have a contract with the government, which is why I'm in it. But it is trending down, guys. And remember, when you're looking at the yellow brick road, this chart is the strongest that's out. I'm not going to say it's the strongest out there, but it's the strongest out there in comparison to maybe the 200-day. This is a 200-week moving average. We have not broken a trend back to the upside yet. We are not out of the woods. Just because Palantir was up for 2 days last week don't mean a dang thing. All it did was run up against this overall trend line, and now it's going down. And the trending indicators have not started to turn green yet. They still red. In fact, you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got about 15 red candles. We need Palantir to start going up. We need the billionaires to start piling in this bad boy again. Otherwise, it might get down to this not support area, this horizontal. It might get to this 45-degree, 200-week moving average. And that average, guys, I don't want to scare you. It's a scary number. It's a scary number. That number, guys, is $60. It's scary, but I'm gonna tell you something. If Palantir gets to $60, you're gonna see a lot of people pile into this company. Even though the company is doing extremely well, has a government contract, it's just getting beat right now because software companies are getting beat, and we are at war with Iran. And I understand they have a government contract, so you would think this company would go up in price because they're going to lean on companies like Palantir to give them scenarios, you know, for war tactics. That's what this company does. It gives them scenarios using AI and software. It's like having a second chief kind of analyze, you know, what they want to do. Hey, this is our plan. Let's put this plan into AI and see what our success rate will be. So why is the stock not going up? Because Wall Street is like, we're at war, software companies are getting beat down. We're not interested in it right now. Why buy this when I can go buy data center companies or companies like CoreWeave and anything that's database or dealing with robotics or dealing with energy or dealing with the other keywords? What are the keywords this year? Data centers, robotics, AI, energy, agentic AI. If it doesn't have that name attached to it, Wall Street don't care right now. All Wall Street care about is agentic AI, robotics, data centers. That's it. If you ain't got none of that, then you ain't getting no money. At least for now. At least for now. All right. So if you don't know how to find those companies, you go into your chat, you go into your Gemini, you go into your Claude or your Anthropic, and you say, Claude, we call him Clyde. Clyde, can you please give me a list of companies that are involved in data centers, robotics, agentic AI, that are small market cap that maybe can grow in the future? And it will give you a list of companies that you can analyze and see if you want to buy. Because for now, these companies right now are getting beat up. Companies like Palantir, companies like CrowdStrike, they're getting pummeled. But they're getting closer and closer to this yellow brick road. This is the trend line and support level you guys should be looking at. Not this. Y'all done come into my consultations like, all right, I'm gonna buy Palantir when it gets down here to $202. And then I said, you know what? I'm gonna show you something, young buck. Let's pull up a chart of Palantir. You tell me on this chart when it started to go bullish. You tell me, when did it ever pull back to that support area? If you were trying to buy something like CrowdStrike, it never gave you a chance because you're you're creating horizontal support areas, and stocks that are bullish never come back to those lines. 45 degrees, trend lines. Study them. 80% of the time, stocks are moving at a 45-degree angle. You see this? Look at this angle, 45 degrees. They're not moving sideways. Don't buy anything, guys, that's going this way. Don't y'all want to make money this way? So why are you getting at levels this way? Because the teachers out here are teaching you guys. It's great to learn support and resistance, but then they don't teach you trend lines? That's why I be mad all the time. I be like, oh my God, can you stop it? I'm gonna put in I got alerts down here too. I'm gonna buy it when it gets down here to $100, Joel. CrowdStrike ain't never going back to 100, and if it goes back to 100, there's a problem. If a company goes back to its support level from a year or two ago, y'all shouldn't be buying it. That means it's terrible. You done lost investors money for 2 years? Yeah, that's what I was taught when to buy. Well, you can't come in this room because we buy bullish companies that go at 45-degree angles. If it goes more than 45-degree angles, that's parabolic. We love companies that can go parabolic, right? Companies like silver, right? Not companies, assets like silver. Guys, if you didn't know that silver was about to drop, you might want to learn how to read a chart. Anytime your stock starts to take Viagra, or starts to take Cialis, or starts to take them honey packs y'all be trying to put me on to, I ain't taking no honey. It's coming back down, guys, to the 45-degree angle. Every time. Not if, every time it's coming to this line. And no, it's not coming back to here. I'm just gonna buy it, Joel, when it gets back to 50. I'm gonna get it down here. I got my orders in. I got my account set up. When it comes down here, I'm gonna buy it. Now, it might get down there because the yellow brick road. I'm making fun of silver. It can still get to that yellow brick road and still be bullish. But when a stock start going up, guys, you need to learn how to put a trend line there. And it doesn't mean get out. It just means that you keep riding that Viagra up until it starts to come down. Run it. Run it. However many times you need to. Run it. But when it breaks to the downside, guys, get get out because it's going back to the 45-degree angle that Wall Street loves stocks to travel on. Wall Street don't like 80 and 90-degree angles unless they're in it and they're gonna sell it quickly. It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall 100% of the time. Not if, 100% of the time it's coming down. You don't believe me? Pull up any chart in the history of mankind and watch and see what it does. Then you're gonna say, well, dang, this has happened 100% of the time. A stock hasn't just gone, Joel, I never thought about that. A stock just doesn't go straight up like the Artemis crew and never come back. I just thought stocks just went straight up like this and they just never come back. No, the crew is coming back. 45 degrees. 80, 90 degrees. If it's happening, you better sell as soon as it starts coming down. All right, Jay Jones, this is a very good question. This is a very good question. Trend lines are subjective. No two people on earth are gonna draw the same trend line. All right? So the premise of it is when you're drawing a trend line, there's two. There is a support trend line. That means when a stock is going up, you want to support the candles. It's the same support line y'all are drawing horizontal. You're going to draw them underneath the candles to support the stock price. So you're going to draw these candles underneath. You're going to draw the trend line underneath. And let's say these dates didn't happen. Let's say this starts to go parabolic, right? You can connect these five. Now watch this. If I was to just hit extend, this date, guys, was December 2029. I'm going to show you something. Even if you had just drawn this line here and you saw that it was overbought on the RSI, don't get out because it's going parabolic. I never want you guys to get out because it's parabolic. I just want you guys to learn how to ride it. So you're gonna, when it starts to go parabolic, guys, you're gonna put that trend line underneath it, extend it, and all you're gonna do is wait until we break it. It is gonna hit a high, and then you're gonna lose some money as it falls. But that doesn't matter. You want it to go parabolic because we don't know how high it's going to go. So when you extend that, watch this. You see how it held that line? On that date, guys, if you had drawn that line, that was December of 2025. We broke that line January 2026. So you had about 30 days that you could have kept making money. 30 days later, it finally broke that trend line. And then if you sold, like at that time, it was $62. Then it ran, it was $62 in December. It was $62 it was $62 in December. Then silver ran all the way to 109. I want you to catch that whole move as it's going parabolic. But then you gotta decide, I gotta get out soon. Am I selling half of it? Because it's gonna fall. It's not if, it's gonna fall. And there's gonna be so many things that's happening that's gonna make you wanna sell. So you don't sell just because it's high. You don't sell just because it's hitting a Bollinger Band. You don't sell because it's hitting a resistance area. You hold it until it breaks that trend. And you see what happened? Once it broke that trend, all it did was go sideways from that date up until now. It ain't do nothing but go sideways. But at least you would have been able to catch that move all the way up, and now it's just sitting here ranging. Okay? And now you can decide what you want to do. If you own half the shares, you can still hold on to it. If you were able to get out in the 100 area, you can come back and buy more in the 70 area. That's what I did. I rode silver up from $34, guys. That's right. I rode silver up from $34. I rode silver up from 34 bucks all the way to 109. I got out in the 90 area, right around here. It went parabolic. I got out in the 90 area, and guess what I did? Guess what I did? When that bad boy dropped to when that joker went almost sub 60, I told everybody in the room, I'm getting back in the $65, $66 area. How did I know to get in at that area? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, on that day I just felt like it was a great buy. We had dropped from 109 to 60 in 2 weeks. I thought it was going to 55. So it was $10 higher, and I pulled the trigger. Because when stocks go parabolic like that, there's a rule that I have. It's gonna get cut in half. So when it hit $110, I said $110 divided by 2 is 55. That's probably where silver is going. I still think it's going to 55. But I took a shot at it in the 60s after selling it in the 90s after riding it from $34. Okay? I knew it was going parabolic. Everybody else didn't want to. It's going to 200. Great. I was going to ride it to 200 too. It just pulled back on us. Now maybe it can go to 200 from 60. But now I can buy 50% more shares if I want to. Because I sold it at 90 and bought it $30 off. Okay? You did the same with gold? Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, let's look at some of these stocks. I got a list of stocks earlier. ProShares Gold. For you day traders, if you're trading a ProShares anything, you don't need a week chart. You need a day chart. If you're gonna trade a triple, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, these stocks will move like triple, quadruple, double what the normal asset would move. So if gold moves 3%, you might look up and this bad boy is up 9%. If you're gonna do that, guys, you better choose a chart that you really, really trust. If I was trading a triple leverage ETF, I'm gonna trade it just like this. I'm gonna use the what would Joel do method. If we come down and we come into this moving average and we break that trend, Joel would be in somewhere around here. I'm gonna be consistent with whatever we do, guys. I would be up right now. Y'all see how easy that would have been for me to take that trade? It ain't no complications behind this. If I wanted to day trade this, we're gonna look for the same setup. Watch. I never traded this. I don't even know what it did on Friday. But I bet you I can trade it better than you. Not because I'm better than you. It's just that this stuff is easy. It's either gonna go up or down. If you ride the trending indicators in the right direction, you give yourself an edge. Doesn't mean you're gonna make money. It just gives yourself an edge to make money, right? So I'm gonna pull up a 5-minute chart. If I was trading something like this, what do you guys see? Remember, you're looking for 10 candle trends, no matter what chart we're looking at. So if I'm looking at something like this, I'm gonna be honest with you, early that day, it looked like it was going down, but when the trend really started happening, oh my God, we hit a major moving average. That's the VWAP, guys. I'm keep telling you, if you learn what the professionals are using, you're gonna be able to trade very, very easy. We went into a moving average. We broke that trend. Joel is gonna beat y'all over the head if you get in earlier than 3 candles. Joel, I just got in on the ninth candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the ninth candle. Joel, I just got in on the ninth candle. Or you are no longer allowed in our group. Because we looking for 10 candle trends. Why am I losing? Your strategy is terrible. No, you're terrible. You're getting in too late. Now we into a downtrend. Stocks do not trend in one direction the whole day, guys. I don't know who taught you guys this. It only happens 1 out of 5 days during the week. Y'all know we only get one trending day, 1 day a week, and y'all swear it happens every day. The market does not trend in one direction every day. 1 day a week. One. Now the market is broken up into 3 trading periods. 9:30 to 9:45 to 12, 12 to 2, and 2 to 4. You can trade those periods and it might trend that whole period. And then it might reverse and go down for the 12 to 2 period. And then right back up at the end of the day, which is a 2 to 4 period. 1 day a week, it's gonna open at 9:30 and go straight up till 4 o'clock. 1 day a week. But all of y'all strategies is based off of that 1 day. You better talk to real traders. You like 12 to 2 sound? I golf during that time frame. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look, guys. I don't want to brag, but I'll be the best trader you've ever had. Yo, I don't want to brag. All right. I'm just playing with y'all. I know I can't sing. But check this out. 6 candles, 7, 8. But look at these trends. Hey, freestyling the breaststroke. Look at this trend. That was more than 10, even though you're going to see more candles, which was 15, guys. But check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It started to bottom out at the 9th candle. For you guys that don't know what I'm looking at a 5-minute chart. Now, I know that I've been trading for years, so I trade 3 different periods, so I'm not trading the whole day. So I have to trade what makes sense to my strategy, my time. I'm trading from 9:30 to 12 because I'm on the golf course from 12 until 4 or 5. And then I come back at the end of the day and then do these lives. So I need to find a trend during that 9:30 to 12 period. So I use a 5-minute chart, guys, because during that 9:30 to 12 period, I'm looking for at least an hour for the market to trend. Well, if I use a 5-minute candle and I'm looking for 10 candle trends, 10 candles times 5 minutes is 50 minutes. If you're looking for trends that are only 10 minutes long, why are you looking at an hour chart? Yes, Joel, I use an hour chart to trade. And then I'm like, how long are you in trades? For like 5 or 10 minutes. Well, you should be looking at a minute chart. If you're into 10-minute trends, what do you guys see here? If you're into 10-minute trends, I'm trying to break this on down for y'all because ain't nobody else trying to do it on this platform. They want to claim to be experts. Then show us some expert stuff. Look at these 10-minute trends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. I just solved your problem. How many green candles y'all see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many red candles do you guys see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the trend changed. Wow! Finally! A real trader on this mug! Y'all know I be having fun doing this because I'm trying to put y'all on the game. I trade the 5-minute because I'm looking for hour trends. If I want to look for 10-minute trends, I'm going to pull up a 1-minute chart. All right, I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna calm down. All right, that's UGL. All right, GLTR. Let's look at USAR. We've been talking about commodities all day. So if you're into USAR, guys, this is USA rare earth elements, right? So if you buy this index, it's like buying copper and gold. Oh wait, hold on. Grand closing. Sorry about that. I got a puzzle. Whatever. Look. I want you guys to use everything, right? There's nothing wrong with information. Like, I know I make fun of the way you guys think and trade the market, but for real, fundamentals are just as important as technicals. The problem is your fundamentalists only think that fundamentals is the way to go. And then you got your technicians and your chartists, they all think that because they know how to do this, that this is the way to go. And I tell them, both of you guys are right. The problem is, I think this is the only
We ain't got nothing else to do today.
you're not doing well in this.
Teresa,
What?
we ain't got nothing else to do today.
I don't know.
Is key. You want to make sure that you're trading.
I don't know what it, just
Well, what about
I'm
tomorrow?
gonna just sit this in.
Yeah, that's good.
The trends are
We don't have nothing planned tomorrow.
We got
I'm
to
sorry.
do something
We
now.
don't have anything planned.
in and out
I
these
don't either.
Well,
Well, y'all come up with something, maybe we can do it. Or maybe that's right, we can't ride the slingshot because somebody's babysit.
one without the other
Give
is
us a
leaving
call.
you out. And if I'm not using 50% of the information, it's like taking away my hearing, taking away my smell. I can get away with taking away my smell, but if I'm using smell, taste, touch, hearing,
Please do.
be better. That's just, if it's not that blind people can't do things well. It's just that if you have all of your tools working with each other, it's going to give you guys an edge at making the right decisions. All right? So I'm never proposing that we only use technicals. I'm just as much as a fundamentalist that I am a technician. It's just that here we're talking about the technicals because this is where a lot of you guys struggle at. Y'all can tell me all day, every day, what crypto is, what a blockchain is, what a halving is. You can tell me everything about how the blockchain works, but then I ask you about your Ethereum asset, and I say, well, what is the market cap of Ethereum? And then your eyes glass over. And I'm like, you don't know the fundamentals and the basics of why you're even buying Ethereum? And they're like, what's a market cap? I'm like, how big is Ethereum? Like, that's where you make your money. Oh, Ethereum is $1,200 a coin. That's not telling me how much it can grow. What is the market cap? And these cats been in crypto for 10 years, can't even tell me the market cap of Ethereum. And it's because they refuse to learn some of the fundamental aspects of why you even make money in Ethereum in the first place. And then you have the opposite side. You're people that are so into the fundamentals. Well, what's the use case of Ethereum and Bitcoin, Joel? That's going to determine if I buy it or not. And I'm like, okay, but that doesn't mean that it's valueless. Right? Because if it has a market cap, that means money funneled into that crypto to give it that value. And if that value is too big, then a lot of you guys are being unrealistic at where that Ethereum can actually go to. So learn both. So that's why when we come into this room, I try to give you guys the full picture instead of one side. Today has been a lot more one-sided, but a lot of the times I'm pulling up these companies. We're looking at the beta, we're looking at the market cap, we're looking to see if the company is even making money. Then we look at the charts to see if the charts are showing us what the fundamentals are saying, what the fundamentals are showing. All right. But USAR, if you're interested in a index or a stock that's buying all of the different rare earths that are out there, you see it kind of going up in this channel. It went parabolic, and the people that were in it thought it was never coming down. Never. Oh, we're at war and inflation, and I'm like, I get all of the fundamental reasons why it could go up. But did you know fundamentally when things go higher than 45 degrees, they're going to come back to the average? Why didn't you know this? Because you refuse to learn the technicals. Even though this is a fundamental move that these things do, right? I can argue what's fundamental and what's technical also. All right, is using leverage necessary when trading? There's ways. If you're trading options, you're using leverage. If you're trading futures, you're trading leverage. It's not necessary. It's not necessary, but I would say this. If you want to learn all the markets and you want to be able to communicate with all the traders and investors, be able to turn on your TV and CNBC is on or Bloomberg is on, and you want to be able to understand what everybody is talking about, I would say educate yourself on all the different assets that are out there, but it's not necessary. In fact, once we're sitting on millions in liquidity, it won't be necessary for me to trade futures or options or crypto, right? Because then you can just sit back and, I've always felt like the stock market is going to be I'm not going to say the safest as far as how much things move than when you get into futures and you get into options. When you're trading stock, guys, stock can move anywhere from 1% to 5% on a daily basis, right? So you can just do the math. If I had a $100,000 account and I want to make 1%, I can make $1,000, right? 10% of 100 grand is 10 grand, right? So with a $100,000 account, I can make $1,000 a day or lose $1,000 a day with my 100 grand getting in and out the market the same day. The futures market is going to be a little bit higher. The futures market is going to move anywhere from 5 to 10%. So if I want to increase the amount that decrease the amount that I'm using, I can make $1,000 a day, but I don't need 100 grand. I can play around with, maybe $10,000. Or, 10,000 instead of having a $100,000 account, I can trade with a
oh my Lord.
still try to get close to that $1,000.
Jesus Christ.
If I want to make, something stupid, like I want to make something obscene, like 50% or 100% return, you're not going to be able to get that out the stock market, right? You're going to be able to get it out the options market because the options market has plays. They have trades or they have assets that can move 25% to 1,000% in 24 hours. So that's why I tell people when you decide to trade in the options market, you shouldn't be a newbie. You should be really, really advanced at chart reading. You don't necessarily need to know what theta and gamma and all of that stuff is, especially if you're getting in and out the same day, but you definitely want to know what delta is. You also want to know what ATR is because you want to know what the average true range of that stock is that day so you can have realistic expectations when it comes to trading it. I know crypto traders that trade, crypto does move a little bit more. It hasn't been moving like it did 3-4 years ago, but crypto traders also can trade large accounts and get in and out of the market and make anywhere from 1% to 5% a day. So a lot of crypto traders will trade crypto because you don't need that $25,000 to trade on these reputable platforms like Webull or E-Trade or Charles Schwab. They're gonna make you put 25 grand in if you want to get in and out of stock all day long. So a lot of people will go into the crypto market because you can buy crypto, you can get in and out of crypto daily, guys, and you don't need but $10. I know day trading cryptocurrency traders that use $100. They start there and they're getting in and out the market, with that $100. They make $5 or $10. They're like ecstatic. So it just depends on the individual and when you want to use that margin and when you don't want to use that margin. But you definitely want to educate yourself on it. Don't just take my word for it. Go on your GPTs. Ask the same questions that you guys are asking me. You should be asking Gemini. You should be asking your Chat GPT. You should be asking your Claude the same questions. All right, I'm going from the down up now, guys. So what is my thought on Intel? Intel is the OG. Look, I'm going to give respect to everybody that's an OG. I give all the respect on the planet to Warren Buffett. I do. But if I had to ask who I wanted to sit next to me to day trade or to look for the next best AI company, I'm not going to pick Warren Buffett, guys. I don't care how many billions of dollars he got. All right? Intel is like Warren Buffett to me. I give all the respect to Intel. I say, Intel, I give you all the respect for being one of the first semiconductor companies that made people millions of dollars. But you have gotten, there's so many other semiconductors. In fact, why would I even buy Intel when I can go buy the SMH that moves more than Intel? Intel, to me, is in the position that they're in because the government is backing Intel. Now, can OGs...
He's still on?
Become cool again? Yeah, go look at your uncles. Your uncles went through a certain period of time where y'all laughed at them and then they got it together and then they the cool uncle again. And they can go to all the clubs with you and all the different places. They know everything, right? And then you're like, man, I didn't know uncle was that cool. Intel could become cool again. But I don't trust it. I've been watching Intel for a minute.
Well, it's a commercial now.
Behind when it comes to technology, there's 20 other semiconductor companies that are better than it. But they're buddying up with this is the fundamental part of it. They're buddying up.
Is he talking like this?
The CEO of the largest company on the planet is best friends with the CEO of Intel. Intel is also buddied up with the political party that's in right now. I think the U.S. government has like $10 billion invested in Intel at this time. So, do I think it's going to go up? Yeah, but I think it's going to be short-lived. But it's not about what I think, guys. It's about what these charts are saying. So, no matter how I feel about Intel, you guys have been proving to me that, even though the 200-day was angled down, it was actually a great investment. And these are the times where you come in and be like, see, Joe, you were wrong. And I'll be like, you know what? You're right. But if you do this for 10 or 15 different stocks, 1 out of 10 may buck the system. But it's got to be a special company that's got a special foundation. And Intel, guys, is starting to run. Now, I'm still not mad because here's the thing. In 2022, I talked about Intel the same way I talked about Disney, the same way I talked about Nike, The same way I talked about Pfizer, the same way I talked about Ford, all of these companies I put in the same boat as being terrible companies because fundamentally they weren't doing anything. Technically, from 2022, they have been going down in price. Now, for 4 years, I've been right. For 4 years, I've been completely right. And now you guys are coming in after this move from July of last year. Okay. Intel's finally doing its thing. You can buy Intel all you want to. I'm gonna stay away. Now here's what's crazy. Intel ran, let's say you used the what would Joe do method and you were able to catch Intel on this move. Right? Remember, if it's going down in price, if it breaks this trend and then you start seeing if your trending indicators start going green, you can get in, right? So Intel was about $25 a share. It went up 167%. Now, if you're in Intel, what do you guys notice about this chart? What do we just talk about? What do you guys notice in this chart? What kind of pill did Intel just take? I don't know which blue one it was. I don't know if it took both of them. You see a lot of orders? You see a lot of block orders on the, I gotta look it up. But Intel, so here's the thing. If you're in Intel, enjoy the ride. What do we just talk about? 45-degree angles. Guys, this is the 45-degree angle right here. That's 45 degrees. So I don't want to ruin the party, but where do y'all think Intel's about to come down to? It not only took a Cialis, it took Cialis, Viagra, and honey. So be careful. This mug is on fire. I don't want to have nothing to do with Intel at this price right here. No way, Jose. But if you're in it, ride it out. I do not want you to sell it because I'm making jokes. Ride it out until we break this trend. Ride it out till that Viagra wear off. Take advantage. It might hit 69, it might hit 70, 80. Unless I got in at that trend line, I don't care. And look at how many green candles you got. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's the 13th candle. No way, Jose. You're not going to get me to buy this. And for you guys that use the relative strength index, now I don't believe in this. And I got to go in 3 minutes, guys. I got to go. I got to go. I was supposed to be out of here about 3:30. I'm in here making too many jokes. All right. If you're looking at Intel and you're using the relative strength index, look, it's overbought. Now, I've seen stocks go overbought for a whole year, so I don't really trust the relative strength index when it's overbought, but I will trust it when it's oversold. When it's oversold, I trust those numbers. I don't trust overbought because of FOMO. FOMO can push a stock up for a year. So I don't necessarily decide to get out, but it is going parabolic. It is oversold. Be extremely careful. Now, I'll go in and I will day trade Intel all day, every day. Look, I'll go in there at 9:30. Look, I would have gone in at 9:30 on Friday. I sure would have. I would have traded Intel to the upside. Look at that. Look at those 10 candle trends. How long am I staying in? 10 candles. Or when we break this trend, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and it started to go down. I'm going to trade this bad boy all day, every day. Look, there go another 10 candle trend. I'll trade this bad boy all day, every day. I don't care how parabolic it is. So you gotta understand, what are you doing? So when I say I'm not about to buy this, I'm not talking to my intraday traders or swing traders. Well, I am talking to my swing traders. Like, if you're trying to buy this and you're looking to make money in the next 3 or 4 days, then you're gonna do this without me. Because on a day chart, guys, how many candles do you guys see? That's 3, 6, 7. I'm gonna beat you over the head if you get in 7 candles in. We're learning, no, not 7 candles. Now, here's a big trend where it went up for 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's a 15 candle trend. So maybe we go up for another 4 or 5. Maybe we go up all next week up until Iran has to tell us what they want to do as far as negotiations. I feel like this trend has about 5, 6 more days left. And then it's a wrappy wrap. If you're in it, stay in it. Day traders, it don't matter what it's doing. It don't matter how parabolic it is. Get in, get out every day. It just depends on what chart you're using. Investors, if you want to get in way up here, you should have got in closer to the yellow brick road. I'm not getting in Intel when it's only $7 away from its all-time highs. That's not a great risk to reward for me. So investors, I'm staying away. Traders, you're kind of late to the game. Intraday traders, I'll get in all day. I'll get in Intel on Monday with y'all. But it just depends on what you want to do. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I want to give a shout out to my top 10. Shaq Bully, Millionaire Challenge, that's me. Alfred J1, DS Moji, Krista Agami, Christina Jen, Denny Tyler, Dr. Harrison. Oh, I didn't know you were watching. Yachty Travel, Make It Happen. I saw something change. I see PhD Designs just snuck up in there as well. All right. For those that helped me, dang, y'all didn't try to help me with my live goal at all. Somebody bought me one gold chain, and that was it. I'm gonna take my one gold chain.
Oh, it just said it, love. Stop being so sensitive. I get
Support
it.
the live host if you can. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. I'm gonna play one song. I'm gonna let you guys engage with each other in the comment section for one song. When that one song is over, the live is over. Engage. There's a lot of educated people in here. There are people in here that are smarter than I am. I just have the microphone right now. All right, but engage with the people in the comment section. Get your followers up, and I will.
He about to end now. He talking about playing the one song for everybody.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go and upload it today.
So I'll go back out there.
Upload the show today.
Yeah. Hopefully. So when I go back out there around 7 tonight, that'll water them. Hopefully. To water the plants again, right? Uh-huh. You don't think? Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
You out there a while. But I hope tomorrow we don't play that too early with anybody.
And we'll get them.
And then I can get the system. No, we just pull it up on the phone and say, "Boy,
You intelligent investors and traders in the comment section. I just got the microphone and
we get hot enough, we gonna
With a baby, it was for time under her. She said, I could